Welcome to the Architecture Corner. Today, we're diving into something that might just be the missing piece for your event-driven setup, AWS EventBridge Pipes.
That's right. It's all about making data flow smoother, connecting things up, maybe transforming data along the way.
Exactly. We're going to unpack it, look at its stages, especially how it handles transformations, and figure out when it really makes sense to use it. We're drawing some good insights from an article by Mario Bittencourt on this.
Yeah, we want to guide you through what Pipes actually offers, beyond the basics, like how it can enhance data payloads, but also, importantly, how it deals with things going wrong, the inevitable unhappy paths in production.
So you walk away knowing if this tool fits your next challenge.
Hopefully. Ready to get into it.
Let's do it. Okay, so EventBridge Pipes. You mentioned stages. There are 4. Source, filter, target. Those feel pretty familiar if you've used EventBridge before.
Right, standard stuff.
But the 4th one, enrichment. That sounds like where the interesting part is.
It really is. Enrichment is fundamentally where you can inject your own logic. Think custom code.
Custom code.
Yeah.
Like running a Lambda function.
Precisely. Or a step function, even an API gateway endpoint. It lets the event kind of reach out and grab more context.
Ah, okay. So like an order event comes through, but it's missing something?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it just has product ID, and the enrichment step calls another service, fetches the category name or price, and adds it right into the event payload.
Making it richer before it hits the target.
Exactly. Transforming it into, say, a clean JSON object.
Oh, and a key detail here. The output from enrichment always has to be an array, even if it's just one event.
An array, huh? Why is that?
Well, it keeps things consistent for the target stage, especially if batching comes into play later. Just something you got to remember when writing that enrichment logic, wrap your result in.
Got it. Small detail, big impact potentially. But what if you don't need all that power? Just like simpler tweaks? Good question. That's where input transformation comes in. It's not really a separate stage, more like a built-in feature you configure directly on the pipe.
Okay, so less code, more config.
Exactly. Perfect for common stuff, renaming fields, maybe dropping some data you don't need, adding static values. You use things like JSON Path expressions to target the data.
JSON Path? Like XPath for JSON?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
A way to navigate and pull out specific bits of the event data. Super useful for just, tidying things up before they move on. The AWS console actually has a pretty neat tester for this too.
Nice. Helps avoid mistakes. Okay, so we've got enrichment for big changes, input transformation for smaller ones. But what happens when things break? Production is never perfectly smooth, right? The unhappy path.
Ah, yes, the unhappy path. Crucial consideration. So Pipes does have some built-in resilience for transient errors. Talking to AWS services, it'll retry automatically.
That's helpful.
Very. But for your custom code in enrichment, or maybe issues with the target service, it uses a back-off retry strategy. If it keeps failing, the pipe can actually get automatically disabled.
Disabled? Whoa!
Yeah, to prevent runaway costs or bad data loops. That's why setting up a dead letter queue, a DL queue, is pretty much essential. It catches those poison messages that consistently fail processing.
So you don't lose the event entirely.
Right. But here's a critical point. You have to make sure the visibility timeout on your source queue, like SQS, is longer than the maximum time Pipes might try to process the event, including all the retries. Otherwise, the message could become visible back on the source queue while Pipes is still trying to process it, leading to duplicate processing or even message loss in complex scenarios. It's a timing thing you have to get right.
Okay, that's a really important operational detail. So bringing it all together.
Yeah.
How do you, listening right now, decide if Pipes is the right tool for your job?
Well, let's think big picture. If you're currently running, say, a dedicated EC2 instance or a container just pulling a queue and pushing data somewhere else, Pipes could be a huge win. Less code, less infrastructure to manage.
A potential replacement for simple worker patterns.
Definitely. But if you're already deep into serverless, maybe using Lambda for everything, it's a bit more nuanced.
How so?
If your Lambda function is basically just doing simple filtering or minor transformations, things input transformation could handle, then yeah, Pipes might replace it. Could save you cost, maybe help with cold starts.
Fewer Lambda invocations, potentially faster processing if the pipe is warm.
Exactly. But if your Lambda has complex, unique business logic, Adding pipes in front might just be adding another component, another potential point of failure without a massive benefit.
Unless maybe the filtering in pipes is really useful.
That's the exception. If pipes filtering can dramatically cut down the number of events your complex Lambda even sees, then it could still be worth it purely for cost savings on Lambda invocations.
So it really depends on what you're doing now and what the specific logic involves.
Precisely. It's about comparing it to your current setup, thinking about maintenance overhead, costs, performance, and even your team's familiarity with these services.
Makes sense. It's powerful, flexible, but not a magic bullet for every single scenario.
No silver bullets in architecture, right? It's always about trade-offs.
Absolutely. Wow. Okay. Lots to think about there. EventBridge Pipes definitely offers some compelling ways to streamline event-driven flows.
For sure. But yeah, the key is making that informed choice based on your context.
A great way to frame it. Thanks for unpacking all that. For everyone listening, if you want more details or links related to what we discussed, definitely check out the description for this Architecture Corner.
And don't forget, you can subscribe for free to the Architecture Corner newsletter over at architecturecorner.substack.com.
Thanks for tuning in.